Yeah, that was amazing. This felt like the kind of game the team's been needing for a while, right? And it kind of adds an exclamation point to the little 2-game winning streak that we were sort of reluctant to get excited about. The Oilers beat the Islanders and the Rangers, and you're thinking, oh, back-to-back wins. That's pretty good. That's fine. And then they come back and beat the Utah Hockey Club 7-1, and you're thinking, we're incredibly back. So I went and looked into it, and it's the tied for the highest scoring game for the Oilers so far this year, the most goals in the game. They've scored
Minnesota?
7 goals. Yeah, they beat Minnesota 7-1 and Vancouver 7-3. And now only 2 times this season have the Oilers scored 4 or more goals and lost a game.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It was the Edmonton Oilers evening. Statistics says everything was clicking tonight. Also, Matthias Janmark. I think you're getting the jeans.
He was wearing the jeans.
He was wearing the jeans in this hockey game.
Skating around wearing his jeans. It's making a big scene.
It wasn't handsome Victor Arvidsson who walked in the building tonight. He had it rolling as well. But the Oilers offense, that is the story of this hockey game, right? I was thrilled when they scored 3 goals against the New York Rangers, 2 of them in the third period. They had 3 after 20 minutes in this hockey game. They had goals on the penalty kill from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, goals on a semi-power play, I will call it there. Goals at even strength. Everything was rolling. All 4 lines were rolling in this hockey game. Connor McDavid was unreal. There is one negative. Leon Draisaitl's 18-game point streak. Pour one out. Pour one out for our boy Leon, and he's still 1 away from 50. The Oilers, how many breakaway chances did they have in that game? I counted at least 5 of them. And then if you think of partial odd man rush chances, 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, whatever you're thinking, everything was rolling for the Oilers, and they never let up once in this hockey game. I do think there's an aspect of coming back on home ice. Yes, you won 2 games against the Islanders and Rangers. You scored 5 goals in 120 plus minutes because the one did go to overtime. But in this game, sometimes sleeping in your own bed, getting some home cooking, I do think there was a level of the boys were fired up to be back on home ice in front of the hometown crowd. Crowd did an amazing job in this one tonight. There was a shit ton to celebrate, but Coomzy, the offense, the boys, the vibes, it was beautiful in this hockey game.
It was. You wonder if they came back from the trip and they saw, what, the weather's nicer. Everyone's settled in now from daylight savings time. The time change. It's been a week. Everyone's settled in. Everyone's feeling good. It's warm outside. They came back to Edmonton. They're like, you know what? Springtime in Edmonton. The vibes are high.
Vibes are incredibly high right now and starting to warm up a little bit. As I said on pre-gaming today, not quite patio season yet, but I can still wear shorts in a night like this, on weather like this. One guy we do got to talk about, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, dude. He is feeling it right now. The ageless wonder, as Reese, the intern, texted me and said during the game tonight.
That's a normal age.
Doesn't look at. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that does make sense.
We're the same age.
I'm about to join the 30 club as well, so shout out Nuge.
Old.
I feel like
it all goes uphill from here.
I feel like I've aged way, way worse than Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has.
Old.
It's enough out of you back there, all right? He'll hit you one day. But Nuge, right? He's been struggling offensively lately, not including the New York Rangers game on Sunday, because he had 3 points in that hockey game, and then tonight he goes out, does it all over again, scores a beautiful goal to kick this one off. Short-handed, I might add you. That backhand was just absolutely disgusting, absolutely nasty. He's making plays on the power play. Nuge, it's just been a different player. He's found some chemistry on the third line with Victor Arvidsson and Vasily Podkolzin. It feels like it's kind of kick-started Victor Arvidsson here as well. I thought he was good in this game yet again. He's had some good streaks here very lately, but Nuge, awesome to see here a guy he has struggled this season. It's been up, it's been down. It's either like he's incredibly hot or incredibly cold. Coomzy, the Nuge, piping hot right now.
It's great to see, actually. You kind of had 3 players who were all being used in the top 6, and all of them were kind of struggling to produce and get the job done. And then, lo and behold, they all get put together in the third line together. Nugent-Hopkins had largely been used as a left winger this season on Connor McDavid's wing, and they move him into the third line center spot, and it seemed like the wake-up call he needed. It looks like a completely different player right now. In the pregame, it was almost like the line of misfit toys. It was players that just couldn't seem to find the back of the net, playing in those top 6 roles where you're supposed to be scoring. You have to be finding the back of the net, and now we've got an effective 2-way third line.
Oh, the Nuge is huge, and the Nuge has been massive in the last 2 hockey games. 6 points in those last 2 games. Other thing you can talk about, the Oilers, incredibly good in this game, But I would be remiss not to mention that the Utah Hockey Club just played like absolute dog shit in this game.
They look like the Coyotes.
Especially defensively. The amount of odd man rush chances and breakaways that they gave up was baffling in that hockey game. And it felt like halfway through, they threw in the towel in this game. They didn't want to be there anymore. I said to both of you guys, they resembled a team that was on the end of a 3-game road trip. Now, 3-game road trip doesn't sound that long to you, but they were done in this hockey game. Obviously, Karel Vejmelka, tough start in that one, yanked after the first period, allowing 3 goals on 11 shots. Jackson Stauber comes in, didn't fare any better in this game because it was the Edmonton Oilers world. The hockey club was just living in it. But Coomzy, they're a team that is in the midst of a serious playoff race. They are playing playoff hockey right now, trying to compete for that second wild card spot in the Western Conference. That effort ain't going to get it done.
It was a shocking effort from I almost called them the Coyotes because they brought an Arizona Coyotes effort into this game. Yeah, they looked like the team that was playing in the desert. Everybody's lethargic. Nobody cares. They just had a huge win recently, I think on the weekend against the Vancouver Canucks that brought them 2 points and within 2 points of a playoff spot in the Western Conference. And they came into Edmonton. I understand you're at the end of a road trip, but like you said, it's a 3-game road trip. It's not like they were on the road for a month. And they came in and brought that effort against the Oilers, and they look like a minor league team, the Utah minor hockey team.
Ooh,
Yikes.
yes, Brett.
I was just going through the stats a little bit here, and I know I'm kind of shifting the talk, but
Dork.
He's in the chat right now. Jake Wallman had 6 blocks tonight.
I know, dude. This race he might win the tattoo bet all on his own.
Well, we talked about a potential new rule.
If Jake Wallman, let me ask the chat, I know how they're going to respond to this.
I'll make a poll.
But if Jake Wallman, since joining the Edmonton Oilers, blocks more shots than both Brett Kulak and Ty Emberson, should Brett and I both just get
a matching tat
at this point? Get it? Let's get Jake the Snake Wallman on our bodies. That's crazy. Why did I say that?
I actually love that.
You gotta start workshopping stuff before, Bordzy.
Do the Southside Serpents logo from Riverdale and it says Jake the Snake Wallman.
That's not a terrible idea whatsoever. Brett, you don't even need to make the poll. I know what they're going to say. Yes, but Jake Wallman has been an absolute beast. I see battle. Yes. Matching tats. Do it. The wall. Yes. Why do we do this to ourselves at points? Because at this rate, Jake Wallman is going to surpass both Brett
I'm
Kulak.
still going to make the poll.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'd like to see. Maybe someone will be on my side. Justine, that sounds like a verbal contract.
Yeah.
If you're a lawyer, get the fuck out of the chat right now. I don't want you in here in any way, shape, or form. The only negative in this game that I did kind of mention, Leon Draisaitl. He did not score a goal, did not become L50N, Leon 450, and unfortunately, his 18-game point streak was snapped in this one, and it was a little bit of a battle here for Leon. He got banged up in the second period. He did not look right. He was writhing in pain on the bench still taking shifts, but would come on the bench and kind of hunch over, turn to the corner. TD4's taking a look at him. Give him credit. Tough hockey player. Tough son of a bitch. Leon Draisaitl trying to score that 50th goal. You got the vibe that the Oilers, especially on late power plays, they even put out power play 2 to start one, featuring Leon Draisaitl. You could tell the Utah Hockey Club completely committed to shadowing Leon Draisaitl whenever the Oilers had the man advantage. Once again, give Leon credit because he was cycling around, presenting the old back of the burger, back to the forehand. He was getting in the slot. Unfortunately, it just was not Leon's night. It's been his season. I'm okay with it. I did bet Leon anytime goal. It's not the only bankroll bet I lost. Jay Skinner, looking at you. But thoughts on Leon Draisaitl's game? It was a battle for him tonight.
I think if you take a glass half full approach here, it's that Leon Draisaitl's kind of carried the Oilers to a lot of wins this season. A lot of wins where not many other players were doing much, and he's kind of the offense and, good defensively as well. But the glass half full approach here is that the Oilers in a game where Leon Draisaitl wasn't the impact player that he has been all season, the Hart Trophy player, they still put up 7 goals on a middle of the road team. And that kind of goes to show that other guys are finding their groove, which they need. They're not going to go through 4 playoff rounds in the spring with one guy clicking.
Yeah, that's true. It's Leon, you just the point you made right there, right? Leon, you've carried us all season long. Take a night off, whatever. But the thing was, he looked banged up, looked like he was fighting at being out there, but he was still out there trying to score that 50th goal of the season. The Edmonton Oilers, Just a convincing W, just one that makes you feel good when you think of the low point that we were at last week, really, if we're being real about it, losing to the Buffalo Sabres. And will the Edmonton Oilers ever win again? We are so back.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.